Hey, what's up? I'm Andrew Bacon. So Greenworks Tools sent me over their latest drill driver to unbox and review. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you my honest feedback. They did not pay me for this review, and so let's check it out on this episode of Field Treasure Designs, AKA Field Treasure Reviews. All right, so here we go. So pretty simple. We're gonna open this bad boy up and pull out the contents. The kit comes in a bag, and the bag's pretty decent. And once I open it though, I realize that the bag is more designed for packaging rather than usefulness in the field. And so let me kind of show you what I mean. So you've got these boxes here that are holding the drill and the batteries kind of separate, obviously for shipping and all of that. And so once it's done and taken down though, there's a lot of loose room in the bag. So I guess you could use that to add other things to it. But yeah, first thing is the drill. And then once we come over here to the other side, you see that I've got the two batteries and the charger in their plastic bags. One of the things I noticed was I had an extra bag and one of the batteries was not in the bag. So I think this was a refurbished model. Here's the charger. First glance, this is not my favorite type of charging. It feels cheap and it's not very secure, but we'll check it out and see how we feel here. And I go to grab the other batteries, and yep, there's one that didn't have a bag around it. It wasn't in the bag, so I was a little surprised by that. And one is in the bag. It's not sealed, so I think this was a refurb model, and it just didn't get set up right, but oh well. So this is what's in the toolkit: two batteries, a charger, and the drill. I checked in the bag, and yeah, there was a double-sided bit in there, a flat and Phillips head. So that was in there. So yeah, I think this was just a refurb model, but no worries at all. Let's check these batteries. So I was curious on the charge, and yeah, there's the indicator light. It's nice and big, so you know the status, and both of them are pretty low on charge. And so I was pleased to see that you have good indicator lights there. And let's check out the drill. It feels good in the hand. My hands are larger, and it's ergonomically really well designed, I think. And so it's got the big chunky 1-speed and 2-speed on the top there. It's got big, noticeable numbers to have your driver setting, and then it does have the drill setting to drill holes. And so the chuck feels good, and obviously I'm not using it yet, but just the feel and the vibe, it is a good vibe. I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it would be. And so yeah, we need to now move to charging these up. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not a huge fan of this style, and so I'm gonna plug it in and get it going, and honestly, it's pretty self-explanatory. It just slides right onto the battery pack, nothing fancy. And yeah, we'll see how long it takes. And once these guys are charged up, we'll get back to it and actually start using it. Okay, the batteries are charged up, so now we can actually use this thing. And there's those high-vis lights to show you the battery level. The battery slides right on, and it feels good. The trigger is nice. It responds very quickly. The chunky speed button is nice. The setting 1 and setting 2. I'm going to look at the chuck now, so I grabbed a drill bit and slide it in. The teeth grab it really tight. It doesn't have the click lock, but the teeth are very nice. I was pleasantly surprised here. Okay, now I want to compare it to the drills I've had for 10 years. They're all Bosch, and this is my 12-volt drill. And then next I'm grabbing my 18-volt drill. I need to throw a drill bit into him. I do like that click lock mechanism. That is a nice feature. The light is also on the bottom as opposed to above the trigger. Okay, let's do a drilling holes test. So I'm just using a standard 2x4, and I want to do a quick run through of the speed 1 and speed 2 settings. So there we go. I don't think you can probably see much difference on video, but for me, they all felt just about the same. The Greenworks is a lot lighter, and so I don't think it was able to punch as quickly as my other drills, but really I would say the difference was negligible in terms of feel. So yeah, again, I don't think that was super helpful, but it helped me kind of get a feel for the quality and the experience. And so, but I would say it's gonna last and drill holes just about as long. It's probably up to the battery and the quality of the drill bit at that point. Next, I want to drive some screws in. For this next test, I'm just using a standard bit holder that I can grab with the chuck, and then I can put in any bit I want, at the time. So again, those chuck teeth really do grab hold really well. It's hard to know if it's really locked in because there's no clicking, but so far so good in that respect. For comparison, I'm only using my 12-volt trusty Bosch driver. I use this for everything. And so it's got 2 speed settings. It is a workhorse. And so we'd love to just compare the feel and the power of both. I grabbed a couple of 3/4 inch spack screws, and I'm just going to drive them into this 2x4. It felt good as usual, and that's on the 14 setting there. And let's grab the Greenworks. He's on like the 12 setting, so let's see what happens. Whoa, he drove it right in there, didn't even stop. I lowered it down a little bit and see if it would stop short of going through the board. You stop short. If you get that reference, you are awesome, and comment in the comments. So yeah, his resistance setting is definitely calibrated a lot differently than my other Bosch ones. So there you go. I mean, it felt good. I think I could drive a lot of screws using this thing. And so again, I'm sure the video isn't doing it justice on the test, but yeah, so far, I mean, it feels good in my hand, and other than size, I don't think there's really much comparison. And cool, there you go. Okay, awesome. So there you have it, the Greenworks drill driver. Again, it's the drill and driver. And so I typically like a dedicated driver and then a dedicated drill, but you can do both with this one if you put in the right bit holder or obviously put in your right drill bits. And so we may use this as a one-stop shop in our camper. And so that might be a great thing for you, or if you're just looking for drills in general as you're kind of deciding kind of what to do. The other thing is the battery platform, right? That's a huge thing right now for consumers because you want this battery to be able to work in other tools. And so I don't know enough about Greenworks Tools yet to know how robust their platform is, but I do enjoy buying into platforms that have a lot of different tools that I can use these batteries for. And so keep that in mind when you're looking. Something I discovered on the battery is they have a little housing, like a little garage door there that goes down, and you have a USB port to plug in a charging cord. And so you can plug in your tablet, your phone, a watch, something like that. And so that's pretty handy. I wish I would see more battery platforms, manufacturers do that. And I think there probably are, but I thought that was a great innovation by Greenworks to move that forward. And so I could always use a charging boost. And so that's cool. The two cons that I think are the only ones for me, other than I feel like it's strength and power, is the lack of a clicking, ratcheting when you put in a drill bit or a bit holder. I like that feeling of it's locked in there, and I want to know that it's tight. So that might just be preference again, or an illusion, honestly, since I'm not an engineer. The other one is the battery dongle. It feels kind of cheap. I like to mount my battery charging stations to, I've got a large battery charging station that I made, and I love to mount the individual stations to this so I can just plug my batteries in and make it real easy. You can check that video out. It's a pretty fun project. This, I feel like I could lose it really easily, but you might like that. You might enjoy the portability. So it's kind of another preference thing there. But all in all, I think it's a mid-tier drill. And what that means to me on my spectrum is probably about $50 to $75. I mean, it is brushless. I mean, these are brushless, but that's pretty mainstream now. And so I would put it with above, Black & Decker. I'd put it above the Hercules at Harbor Freight. I'd put it above maybe even the Cobalt. I'd put it above Craftsman. And I would definitely put it under your DeWalt, your Makita, your Milwaukee, your Bosch. I would put it under that. So I think though for $75, it's a good value for what you get. 50 to 75. I think, and this is 2021, so prices are obviously going to change, from hereafter. But if you're in the hundreds, right there at $199, specials to go buy around the holidays or Father's Day, I think you can buy into a little bit more professional brand and a higher, more robust battery platform for that price. So I'll put all the extra notes in the show notes below and on my blog if you want to check that out. I hope this was helpful. Again, Greenworks did not pay me for it, and I wanted to just give you an overview, a feeling of it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.